Hello everyone, my name is Nathan and today it's time for another episode of City Skylines 2 here in our ultimate Skylines not included city. In today's episode I would like to focus on growing the city a little bit. We have to be careful with our demands. Right now a lot of commercial and industrial is in demand. If we check out the population here, we can also see currently we have 15% unemployment. So we simply don't have enough businesses and job offers for our people. Now I do want to include a little bit more commercial here on the sides, though I'm not liking the way this is distributed. Yeah, look at that. That is just ugly. So I think I might get started with this area here first, just set up a bunch more businesses, get more people into workspaces. Now I think another way we might be able to fix that is by actually destroying some of the more advanced shopping areas, because right now we don't have the education in the city to fill up all of the spaces. Technically we have enough jobs, but we don't have the population educated enough. And by destroying higher level businesses, we would be getting rid of higher educated jobs. So that could be another strategy instead of just setting up more and more businesses. But yeah, I definitely would like to see a bunch more people moving in, though I already have all of this zoned and it's not being built because we are lacking the demand. So we somehow have to try and force the demand for medium and high density residential. I just noticed that I never get any people to move into the low rent housing. There are just 0 residents in here. We somehow have to get people to move in these as well. Looking at the workplace availability, we can see poorly educated and educated jobs is what we are currently lacking. So the second and third tier of education. If I now have a look at one of the new buildings, they already upgraded this quickly. Yeah, we have to build shops kind of outside of these serviced areas. But even the shops that I set up here recently, they have leveled up to at least level 2. And this will give us just 1 educated and 3 poorly educated jobs. Yeah, even at level 3, we get 3 educated jobs and 4 poorly educated jobs. So level 3 is actually what we desire to get the most out of it. But if we are at level 4, we lose poorly educated jobs for a well-educated job, which we don't naturally have in this city unless someone well-educated moves into the city. The new industry right here seems to be mostly storage space. That's actually interesting. So some of these buildings don't even give me employee spaces, contrary to this guy, for instance, that has 25 employees. And at level 1, this is actually pretty good. Well, I guess as we're still growing in population here, I shouldn't worry too much. We can just leave the game running and see how far we get. We managed to almost get into a surplus again. Looks like we're now finally making money, even with the services intact. And of course, this building is now abandoned again. And interestingly enough, they demand it. So as soon as I destroy it, some new building is going to be built and nobody's going to move there. You know, maybe just to try it out, let me get rid of this guy and we're going to build it somewhere we don't have any services. I just want to know, was the region too good for it? Let's maybe try this guy here. I think right now it's also time to connect the highway. There's even a train. We should think about that. But for now, I'm just going to go ahead, purchase these 2 tiles, and then I guess we can just take a highway and connect it right there. Doesn't matter how for the time being. It's just going to give us some more flexibility. Good. Now I think we should be taking care of that farmland. If I'm not mistaken, right here I wanted to build something. We don't actually encompass everything, but I guess we can still get started. If I have a look at my industry, we could go for grain, vegetable, textile, or yeah, that's it. I guess we could also have multiples of these, right? So if I go ahead and for instance set up a farm right here, a veggie farm, then I could go ahead, just kind of tag along the fertile land, and then I guess just follow the sphere of influence here. Then we're gonna do the second one, which I'm gonna place approximately here. Yeah, I think that should be good. And once again, we're just gonna follow the line. I can still later on adjust this. Right here, it's actually easy because it snaps to the nodes, and therefore I can just go ahead, connect these, finish it. Nice. Okay. Okay. We'll have to make some adjustments for this to actually look good, but for now, let's try to hook it up. Can we actually go straight into here? Does that count? Ooh, okay, that's actually nice. So maybe I can do something similar over here. connect this 90 degrees. Okay, and then for now I'm just gonna connect this. We're gonna go ahead and adjust this, actually build some trees, maybe even a road in between the fields. You also let me know that the bridge is actually a one-way suspension bridge, so we cannot really use that. What we could do is possibly use this one here. So if we just upgrade the bridge, distance too long, well, thank you very much. In this case we just have to bulldoze it, and then I guess build that bridge all the way over there. Connect you and connect you. Okay, now we should have a way over there, but we still don't have the power. Connect my search here as well. At least we do get some employees. They actually have 7 poorly educated jobs, which is interesting, so that does help. Okay, nice. Now this looks extremely ugly, but I do have some visions how to make this better. First of all, I do need a little bit more space. First of all, I want to leave a little bit of space here, especially with the sphere of influence, so we can make a nice curve. And I'm just gonna get started with a pathway the way I envision it for this area. I'm gonna try that with the continuous curve tool. So we're just gonna get along the edges here as closely as possible. Actually, it might be easier to just show the natural resources and then build the pathway around the resources. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do that. Good. Now I just built my pathway with the natural resources in mind, while still maintaining some kind of a continuous curve, but I'm gonna do it more manually. Now, in between the two fields, it would actually be nice to have a gravel road, so I'm gonna try to attach that as well. I just need to find the curve. Let's say we get up to this point, and then I want to get this as close as possible to the edge here, continue it all the way to the pathway, and then if I did everything right, we should be able to adjust this so we can follow the road more or less precisely, and that's gonna make it look very nice. And of course, the more nodes, the better. Okay, nice. I think I got it now, and I want this to go down pretty much straight, like this. And holy cow, that is already much better. Can I even expand it towards the top there? Yeah, not quite. I have to be careful right here. Let me get rid of that pathway, and I'm gonna make this here a little bit smaller. Just getting rid of these guys so I can take the curve here, connect up my pathway to the road, maybe even get a pedestrian crossing. Well, I guess on a gravel road it doesn't matter. Yeah, I think for the looks I'm gonna do something like this so we can have another road here, but I want this one to be a little bit of a better one. Gotta do this myself. Snap to building. Yeah, come on, right there. That's good. And then I also want to connect the gravel road there. How about that? I like that. Let's also upgrade these to an alleyway all the way up to the buildings, and then this can stay a gravel road. Now we just have to adjust the area here as well. I guess we could go as low as to the road there. Yeah, as a matter of fact, we probably want to do that for this guy here as well. Just go all the way down. I think that's okay. Let's keep going here. Oh, okay, this requires a lot of nodes, but we can do it. Okay, how about that? This already looks much better. I made sure to also add a little bit of a tree line. I'm gonna be completing that so that we have a forest going on at the end of the fields. As a matter of fact, let's maybe already do that since the trees are gonna take forever to grow. Get that circle a little bit bigger, and then I'm just gonna drag a couple of trees along here. And I just wanna make sure that I get some of the bigger ones here so we get a thick and nice forest. Hopefully, I'm not sure that's how the game is gonna work, but eventually once the mods are available to us, we're gonna dive deep into that. I really hope for their sake they are gonna add the mods rather quickly, because that has been a staple of the first game, and honestly it made it much more replayable and absolutely also less annoying. Okay, I think that's all we can do. Maybe we can set the brush strength a little bit higher to get more trees, but it doesn't really look dense enough if you ask me. Still, the fields now actually make sense. They look good, and in context, once we build some stuff around that, I'm gonna get a little bit more into detailing the surrounding areas. Now it looks like we do have a couple of buildings that actually are new, so more people are moving in now. I think I'm gonna leave it running at this state for a little while, just observing a little bit what's happening, especially with the unemployment rate. We get that down hopefully, and also workplace availability. I want to make sure that we don't completely fill up the poorly educated and educated jobs, though we might just have to, and it could very well be that we need to unlock the college in order to get into higher level education. Oh, and by the way, this actually worked out. Now we have 46 of 144 households in this building already, and the average wealth is even modest, not even poor. So this is gonna give us a lot of possibly uneducated people to fill up the uneducated jobs. Okay, now I think I'm gonna zone a little bit more commercial. I think we can definitely make use of some more. Maybe even get a bigger building in here and a smaller one right there. But I don't want to get too close to the bridge now. Also, when it comes to the industry, let's just go ahead and take care of that as well. We can get at least some more zoning in the joint. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna do this and then fill this up with some more industry. This is gonna give us more uneducated and poorly educated jobs as well. Look at that. They are actually really eager to fill these up, though this can be used up a little bit better. Can you not do something proper here? Hold on a second, let me help you out, though I cannot always babysit this, right? There we go, that's what I wanted to see. Now that should finally lower the demand, and we also have some more demand for low rent housing. So, wait, no, why? It was full. High crime. Oh, okay, I guess that was it. Gosh darn education levels. Where's the police? I mean, the police station isn't that far away, considering everything. I cannot have like 7 police stations all over the place. So I guess, well, we're gonna abandon this, but this is horrible. That means we're gonna be losing people, or maybe they just moved to a different place. But yeah, let's also get some more of these buildings in here. Just some standard EU low density housing. Have a look at the production again. Ooh, okay, now we actually have a surplus of veggies. Not too shabby, but of course we can go even more extreme in order to sell more. But this has been pretty good, and we have garbage trucks. Actually, where are you from? From Wellston. Ooh, okay, so that is actually across the city. I'm guessing we're actually paying for this. And what do I see here? Some more abandoned buildings. Why? Was it just, well, high crime? I don't get it. Like, my budget for the police station is 100%, but maybe we can make an upgrade. Let me see. There is the garage extension that we could place. But of course it is horrible when people start to abandon everything. Concerning the garbage truck, I think what I want to do is enable my own garbage service, because that shouldn't be too expensive. We can even relocate this maybe somewhere more reasonable. But what I would like to see is it being attached to this road maybe. Yeah, right next to the taxi stop here. I think that's gonna be fine. Add that here, and then we need to redo the garbage dump. Yeah, I'm just gonna bring this over here. That's gonna be good enough. And of course now also enable it so my garbage trucks can do their job, and instead of paying another city to take care of my garbage, we are gonna take care of it ourselves. As a matter of fact, I also still have this at 100%. It's gonna cost me 30,000. Holy cow, what can I say? Yeah, look at this. We're now minus 3,000 per hour in deficit again. Ah, jeez. There's one last service that I disabled yet, and that is the freaking fire station. It's just hanging around here, and I literally almost never have a fire. So I'm not sure what's going on with that. Anyway, something else that I would expect around these fields is a little bit of low density zoning as well. So I think I'm gonna be continuing with that here, and I'm just gonna do a couple of them. Let's see if they start. Actually, that's not really good. Like, what I want to see is some bigger houses. What is the biggest that you can give me? Is it a 5x6? No, looks like 3x6 is the biggest. Yeah, there's not even a 4x6, but maybe there is a 6x6 potentially. No. Okay, in this case I have to say this is a little bit disappointing, so I'm gonna make a different sizes myself. So I just want these to continue here, and then maybe another large one like so. Doesn't really matter. Actually, it matters a little bit. I think it's too dense. Let me get one house here, and then maybe a couple there, and then get rid of these. Yeah, I think in context this is gonna make much more sense. Now this is really bad here, but I do not want to flatten the entire area. It's just crazy. But look at this tiny tractor taking care of the entire field here. I would go nuts in Farming Simulator. I can kind of see this working. Maybe have the one or other odd house here. Looks like it's fall again. Very nice. And we now have over 4,700 people. So not much more to go until we reach the 5K mark. Wonderful, we've reached the 5,000 population mark and we are even still growing. Now all of these houses, or at least most of them, also started to build, so we get even more people. I did zone a couple more shops here on the top, but that was everything that I've done. Now let's maybe take care of some of the details here we know that are going to be permanent. So hit up that home button, and I think we're looking for surface. Probably that concrete surface. I just want to get that all the way over here so it looks a little bit more decent. Yeah, just get that here. Yeah, this already looks much better. Let me see if we can just fix this as well. Just enlarge the area, and then maybe even right here with the parking space we can make this all concrete, something along these lines. Wonderful. Doesn't look out of place anymore, except, well, maybe the trees. We should probably get rid of those. Yeah, now I like much more where this is going. I want to set up some more park space here, but I think these guys are doing pretty well. Now we do have some abandonment here again. What is this even? It's kind of hard to say what I've been using here. I think the medium density housing. So they didn't really like this place. I kind of understand why. They probably found a place right here. This looks much more cozy to live in. Okay, now where are we heading next? Probably some public transportation, though I feel like it's only really becoming necessary at maybe 10,000 people or so. So we're still gonna try to grow steadily. I would say we're gonna complete this little part here in the next episode. This could be a shopping district, so maybe we can finally get rid of the shopping demand there. Oh yeah, and by the way, I also tested out building my low density or low rent housing over here, just right next to the industrial buildings. It's gonna be hilarious. I mean, these guys, they just keep complaining, though right now they don't seem to be as criminal as before. Either way, we now stagnated over 5,000 population. I'm pretty happy with that. There might be times where we grow a little bit quicker. I mainly want to work towards the next milestone because that is gonna give us a lot of good things, including the EU high density housing. Well, I guess just generally the high density housing. That is gonna be absolutely wonderful for me. Mainly because we can get started with the core right here, where I want some really dense parts of the city. Like the upper tier should be reserved for residential mostly, and then I would like to see more commercial on the outside ring maybe. Well, you know, it's gonna be mixed either way, but just generally speaking. But maybe the next time, in order to help our growth, we're gonna make some kind of a commercial area strip here with just the occasional residential areas as well. There we go. They already started to abandoned. Now let's see why they are unhappy. Yeah, poor education, services, lack of entertainment, unreliable internet. I get all of that. Do they actually here also require the internet? Hard to say, but probably, considering they haven't upgraded at all. Yeah, so I think it's not wise to have these guys here. Let's get rid of them again. Yeah, let me know what you actually do in your safe games with the low rent housing. Where do they tend to survive? Wonderful. Let's wrap up the episode for today, and we're gonna be building on this part here in the next one. And my goal, as soon as we get to the next milestone, is to maybe get a little bit of a population growth boost and start to fill up our education system so that maybe even a college is gonna be worth it. But with that out of the way, thank you so much for watching, guys. I really hope you enjoyed it. Have a great time and see you in the next one. Bye bye.